Everything's going okay. Um, so the scrims that I had on Tuesday, they were a little bit rough, but that's because the opponents were rated higher than us. And I'd probably like to see if you can watch scrims from that and
Sure.
a comp game. So let me give you the codes right now.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Cause yeah, those I felt I played good in, but like just happened to just throw the game somehow.
Sure, sure. We can take a look at those, and I think we can also go through the things you mentioned in the form so far. Just whatever you struggle with overall, any
Mm-hmm.
goals and this sort of stuff. Okay, let's take a look. So in
Okay,
the
I'm
form.
gonna
Mhm.
DM you them real quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
So the first one I linked to is gonna be a comp game.
Okay, okay. I think we starting with the form, what you mentioned there so far, you think that you need to work on your individual improvement by optimizing your risk return ratios, increasing survivability, improve denying space, providing pressure. So,
Right.
can you elaborate on all of that a little bit more? Just maybe starting with optimizing your risk return ratios. What does it mean exactly? Why do you struggle with that too?
Because sometimes I would put myself in a position where I know I'm not gonna get value from, or what if I decide to make a play and I don't know if the play would be in my favor or not.
Right, right. So it's just hard for you to make a decisions, kind of find those variables why you should
Right.
be doing something. I see. Yeah, this is common. This is
I'd
fine.
say that the number one thing lately I've been working on was surviving longer, which I have seen some improvement on in the scrim codes I'm gonna show you. However, I am still making a mistake, particularly on Tracer, where due to me trying to survive longer, sometimes I hold my recall.
Hmm. I see. So okay, okay. That makes sense. Your hero pool currently is Tracer, Widow, Cass, Surgeon, Echo, Hanzo. Is that correct?
Yeah. And for the team, I play flex DPS, but those are I'd say the best heroes I can play right now.
Right. I see. I see. Okay. And with increasing your survivability, so you mainly think that's about your positioning, kind of what you mentioned before, or is there anything else you notice? Maybe your timing of your engagements,
Um,
maybe even mechanics, actually. But yeah, anything else?
I'd say a little bit of positioning. I mean, that's kind of part of helping me live longer. I'm giving myself some very tough angles for the opponents to look at me from, because it would cause them to waste a lot of time, or it's just not worth going for me. Just being
Mm-hmm.
annoying, essentially.
Right, right. Okay, I think all of this makes sense. We can take a look at the replay. And do you have any questions before we start as well?
Um, not right now. Probably as I would get into it, I'll probably have some.
Sure, sounds good. Okay. What is the replay you wanna start with first?
Let's go with the first one. That's gonna be a comp game.
Okay, okay, let's take a look. All right, and go in a replays, and yeah, should be good.
Ready for battle. Ready.
I particularly
Attackers
chose
incoming.
this one
Defend
because
objective
we
A.
started off strong. However, on defense, I think that's where things struggle a lot. And
Right.
this is also another map that me and my team struggles on during scrims as well.
Okay. Okay. And what do you think your struggle with on this map mainly as a tracer? Then is it more positional related still, or anything else?
Probably uh, more so denying value, so preventing them from taking space.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, okay. Let's take a look. Actually, let's see. Let's play. Let's see how that goes. Maybe any initial thoughts as well on how your composition likes to play. How do you want to approach this first point as well? Anything you're looking for?
Not necessarily, but like if I mean, I will mostly adapt to what the tank plays. So if they're on Winston, I'll probably go
Mm-hmm.
dive. If they're on Sig, I'll just play a hit scan or something. That's probably my best approach.
Right, right. And what is the rank of this lobby? Just the average
D1 to M5. So I've kind of been stuck back and forth between that.
1 to M5. I see, I see. Okay. So this approach you go with as well. You kind of go based off the tank. So you just let's think about that, I think, because this might be important to learn some too. Whenever you trying to do something on the map, because you pay attention to one variable. So currently it's the tank. Yeah, sure, it's a Winston, it's a dive character. But is it enough for you to make a decision to stick to Tracer? Yeah, let's put it this way. What's your thoughts?
So
Any other
if I
variables you should be paying attention to? Sorry. Anything else you should be keeping in mind?
uh I see how much value I could get against their enemy comp as well.
Hmm. This is another one. Okay, maybe let's fixate on your team composition part at first. So
Okay.
you saying I'm paying attention to the Winston, which is
Mm,
good. Yeah, you're paying attention to the tank. You kind of seeing if they run something divey. Yeah, sure, maybe it's might be okay to start with the Tracer. But what about the other guys? What about the other characters here? Do you pay attention to those as well?
for the most part, yes.
Okay.
Well, because
Mhm.
since we're running Cast Mercy and they're gonna be playing slow, so there's kind of a disconnect between me and the tank versus the rest.
Mm-hmm. 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 So this is what I think. Yeah, you need to identify more of let's put it this way. It's okay to pay attention to your tank, but I don't think it should be just purely based on what your tank plays, because this is not enough. You should be looking at the bigger picture, in my opinion. This might make your life much easier. What I usually say is whenever you run any character, you can always treat it this way. So with team compositions, usually there are three main directions. First one is the brawl, the second one
Mm,
is poke, and the third one is dive. Okay, mainly there are three main directions, and obviously there are also hybrids compositions. Yeah, there are maybe something like brawl dive compositions sometimes. Well, maybe more common something like poke dive. Yeah, but it does matter to you. You just want to look at what your team is more about overall, just seeing what is this
mm,
main direction. And this what can help you to identify what character might be more suitable for you to play. Because if it's just Winston, this is not enough for me to say at least that this is gonna be that direction. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because
right,
the other
right.
characters are not exactly well. They might be complementing your direction to some point, but it just I don't think you have to be purely just looking at the Winston is not enough. So we should be paying attention to
Mm,
the other guys too. And if I'm looking at this team, actually, what do you think your team is more about here? What's your opinion?
more so poke.
Yeah, more so poke, and it just means for us more kind of long range fights. Yeah, usually we're taking longer fights as well because you have Ana, Cass, Mercy. Yeah, all of this here, all of these abilities taking place kind of. The longer the fight takes place, the best. Yeah, something like Raz. You Raz just eventually once you play long sideline, usually you might Raz somebody, and then the longer the fight is, usually the better. And for something like Nade as well, it takes more time for the Ana to just go all the shields, find a position as well, find a good sleep dart. So this is how want to look at it, if your composition is more about poke, yeah, then you can make a decision accordingly to kind of adjust a little bit better. Okay, so this is one variable. Paying attention to team comp. Second,
Mm-hmm.
what you would like to pay attention to is the map, and
Right.
with the maps, it's overall the few nuances about every map. I would just like. I usually like to describe maps on those three categories. I usually say there are some short range maps, usually more short oriented points, kind of more short range sightlines in a way. There are also long range maps, okay, and the maps with a lot of high grounds. Yeah, just overall kind of more vertical angles. Okay, I'm just gonna maybe use different color here. Actually, just gonna do this. Okay, so that's how I would put it, in my opinion. Of course, it can be more complex as well about the maps. It just, especially for someone like Tracer on the map, you would like more flanky rotations. Yeah, you would like to go around the map as well. But this is how I would think about it. Just short range spaces, long range spaces, or high grounds. What kind of spaces want to control more? And this makes your thinking much easier, in my opinion. Whenever you just enter the match, it uh, gives you a good direction. It gives you understanding, what character might be more suitable for me to play. And you will see here, this map. What's your thoughts actually? What is this first point more about? Short range spaces, long range spaces, high grounds. Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Well, for the overall team, we'd probably like to take high ground to give Cass more,
Mm.
more availability to do something.
Is high ground control valuable in terms of controlling the point? Yeah, if we're talking about controlling the objective here, yeah, what spaces let's put it this way. Yeah, what kind of spaces are what kind of spaces you see more here? Yeah, is it short range, long range, or high ground control is more important when you look into control the objective here? What's your opinion?
Probably short range.
Yeah, this is how I would go about it. Yeah, why short range?
Mm.
Because it's easy for us to go from one position, one corner to another. We don't have really long sightlines, like for the most part, right? Of course, we do have this main sightline in a way, kind of for the long range characters, but this is how I would usually go about it. Think, okay, there are a lot of short range spaces we can use, go around, and because map is short range, and this helps me to make a decision of what to play. And what's important to you a lot as well, I think, is just, do you have some flank routes as a tracer? Here on this map,
Mhm.
you have some flank routes, so should be okay. This is kind of more character specific, but if you pay attention to this, okay, we're running something like Pokish, we're on a short range map, then maybe your decision might change on what to run. Yeah, actually, what's your thoughts on here? Uh, would you change to someone else here, or like, would you stick to Tracer here?
I definitely could switch to something else, but I'd say for this specific game, I like to see how I can
Hmm.
elevate how I play Tracer.
Right, right, and this is
Mm.
okay. Yeah, this is fine. So it's just for you to kind of give a little bit thoughts on the next times. Yeah, maybe whenever there's a problem, you maybe find yourself on something like a long range map. For example, it's a circuit royale. Maybe you actually run poke composition, but you have Winston. Yeah, in this case, it might be
Yeah.
not suitable decision for you to run Tracer because the map is not going to allow you to do something from the flank pressure, from the short range pressure, because it's really long sideline. And it's just an example, but there might be a lot of situations like that. That's why I'm giving you this kind of two things try to think about,
Right.
so it makes it easier. I think Tracer is doable with this composition and with the map actually too. Team composition, you have poke, but with your hero pool, well, maybe you could play something like Surgeon as well, maybe, because you
Hmm.
also got some ability. You can kind of take an angle there, breaks to the choke. I think this is what most players have difficulty with kind of go through this choke here. So I think maybe this is okay. Also, something like Hanzo can work in theory too, in my opinion. But Trace is totally fine too. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just all the notes there. Okay, do you have any questions about this, what we talked about so far, or?
No, I understand.
Okay, okay. I think let's watch. Let's watch. Okay, so you shoot from the angle, just early shots, and your Winston dives in. Okay. I want you to pay attention to this, and this is more fundamental problem, in my opinion, but yeah, it doesn't exactly it's not only about your tank, let's put it this way. Your tank is mobile, your Winston is quiet, can just go from one space to another real quick. But here, when we're looking to time out pressure, as a way, so what do you need usually? Yeah, when you're trying to go in, let's think about what is the best time for you to start applying pressure?
When we can see that there's someone isolated.
Okay. This is one. Yeah, sure. You can go after isolated. If there's no isolated target, then what?
I'd probably look to see how many people I can force to look at me to deny value on them focusing on Winston or something.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah. So see, while your Winston is getting focused, right? While your Winston is being
Right.
active, you can be active as well. But here, if I look at you, can you be active, like really active with your resources given?
Not really, no.
And why is that the case?
I invested all my blinks just to get into that doorway.
Right, right. And actually, it might be even the opposite. You didn't use your blinks before. So I would just like you to watch this. So this entire time, you're setting up, you're shooting. But what if, instead of shooting, we prioritize better setup and use our blinks, right? So it's just two, instead of shooting, maybe go straight away towards the left side, and then you have maybe not just one blink when you get inside the building, but at least two. So it's just a little bit faster. Stuff like that. I always say you want to prioritize your position first. You want to prioritize making sure you set up at the right location first, and then apply pressure. Yeah, you need better position. You need to have this better opportunities for you to capitalize on what your tank is doing during the fight. First of all, yeah, just fundamentally, your Winston is pretty mobile, so yeah, you need to take advantage of that. So see, now it's more uncomfortable, but what if we have two blinks, then maybe there are more options for you what to do, and you can be more aggressive in a way. But now your Winston's gonna get forced out, and the pressure might be a little bit desynchronized. You still take advantage of his bubble, which is nice, but it's just you're limited here with the pressure because of the blinks. It turned out okay, but this is what we will look for a lot. We need to make sure you set up at the best position possible first. Okay, the fight is kind of over here. You have to set up one more time. Okay, so now when the fight is over, can you potentially take better position at this point? Let's think. Yeah, what's your thoughts? If you go and just take the same route potentially, maybe what? Any thoughts on that? Or maybe should you just stay here and poke still? What's your opinion?
I'd say probably just to help out the Winston a little bit. And then once they're falling back, I could probably find a better angle to. So like probably that left side over there again.
Yeah, and this is what I think probably. Yeah, you constantly most of the time needing to capitalize on what your tank is absorbing. Yeah, your tank is absorbing the pressure. So currently you can totally use that. It's okay. But when you know, okay, my tank is not doing much, it's just kind of setting up. Both of us, we're just setting up. So once this is over, my tank is out of the fight. Now you need to set up. You don't want to even shoot. I think go around and be on the angle already. Be distraction, and your team is gonna be back by the time also here. And then we can attack from our angle. Don't spend the blinks. Right, so this is most of the time what we need to do, but now Winston's setting up. Okay, let's actually see, are we gonna time our pressure rate? And you see this, right? Your Winston is in, but we don't have blinks.
Hmm. Right.
And we're not set up at the angle. So it becomes more complicated. And you see the Sigma 1 HP as well. Well, yeah, you get him. You get him eventually, which is good. It's always easier for you to go to other targets because you got this position. Yeah, you would have recalled back probably to that position, and guess what? You got all this map control here. Okay, let me think. So it's just the setup. Okay, so it's the setup and being able to to fight at your comfortable sightline. Let me see if I get any examples of this.
Hmm.
Just any visuals as well. Okay, I think I have something from my YouTube. Give me one moment. So there's a just about the tracer. Yeah, if we're talking about being patient, yeah, looking to set up before the fight. I think maybe using something like yeah, even like this one, even the front's video. Okay, might be not the most accurate here, but still gives you an idea. Okay, this map it's a push map. It's a just you need yeah, you usually need to take flank route as a tracer. Setup is your first priority. So what are you most likely gonna do here is go to the left, and we don't even have to spend the time shooting because this is not gonna be really effective pressure. Yeah, first of all,
I
you always
see.
need to prioritize staying in your best position, and because this is your best position, you can try to pressure from here. But what makes it good setup though? Yeah, how do you understand that you're the good position? Let's put it this way. You try to break it down a little bit more. What's your thoughts? What are you usually looking for when you're setting up as a tracer?
So, so how I play tracers, I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the reason I'm shooting all the time is because I'm trying to force someone to at least look at me,
Mm-hmm.
and cause essentially just maximize my annoyingness rather than prioritizing positioning. I think that's why.
Right, exactly. And the question is, can I be more annoying from the flank position or from that frontline position where you've been here?
For sure, the flank.
Right. And this is what we think, and this is what I think. You need to get on the right position first and then
I
shoot.
see.
Right. This is going to be much more annoying. And even from this kind of mentality perspective, if the tracer just exists on the flank and she's setting up,
Hmm.
she's been sat there, and if it's getting called out by the enemy team, if everybody knows that this is mentally draining as well to constantly keep an eye on you if you're going in or not, and that's why your main core can just literally get through the choke there. That's why you a lot of times can kind of exist by yourself on the flank. You can
Right,
totally
right.
live there and stay alive. And this is what in this example the front does. He just sets up the best angle and then he's gonna attack. Yeah, then he's gonna apply pressure. So all of this, so during this fight, he's constantly on this angle, and that's what you want to do. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, maybe to give you another example. Let's say so. This fight. This fight is over. Yeah, I think there's gonna be something later. Let me see. So just because the fight's pretty chaotic. Let me remember. Yeah, I think it's it's this. Okay, let's say his team is attacking from the left side, so this is the payload A location. He can just
Hmm.
go through all the way right potentially and again distract people. But first, it's always we kind of controlling space without tank, but we're doing it from our good sideline, from our flank position, and usually it has to be some sort of short range. Short range. It's just two things. They are looking for potentially flank and short sideline. You will
I
see. You will
see.
see here.
Okay.
He gets as short as possible. All his blinks are there, and then we're able to attack from this position later. Once there's a you team is able to capitalize on it. Yeah, mainly we're using tank. Tank as a resource. Yeah. So
I
I'm just
see.
gonna say make a note. Time pressure with tank. Okay. That's all. This example doesn't make sense to you, or any
Yeah,
questions?
yeah, for sure it
Mm-hmm.
does. I feel like I invest my blinks into a very safe position rather than something that's a balance between aggressive and safe.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do more. I think try to lean
Hmm.
towards being more. aggressive is your position action, and this is totally fine. I
Right,
think
like right, because like right here, I'd say I'm pretty safe, and I wouldn't get much value from this poke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just kind of always it's always harder to solve playmaking. I think it's always harder to solve this kind of be more proactive, making sure you set up the most aggressive position possible. The second easier part, it's actually be safe. It's because I think you can be totally safe, and we can see that. Yeah, if we get in this position, like for example, at the start of the fight, and then you have a corner which allows you to be safe, some sort of HP pack as well, then it should be fine. That's what you need. Yeah, that's what you need most of the time. Yeah. Let's keep watching. So this point pretty clear. Just need to set up the room faster. Here we. Yeah, what's your thoughts right away? Actually, any better? Well, it seems like almost an easy kill there in a way, but there's a BAP, so it's a little bit questionable. It's gonna be what 2v3.
So I don't think necessarily my goal there was to try and kill the Zenyatta, but I'm making essentially 3 people look at me: the Zen, the Sig, and the Bab trying to heal them, and
True.
that
True.
potentially denies them from a retake of any sort if they try to do that.
This is true. This is true. But why don't let them try to retake and get an easy kill? This is my question too. Like there are a lot of layers actually, but first, why you don't bait them actually? What do you
That
think?
is a good point. That is a good point.
Right? But see, like this is one, yeah. Like let's keep that in mind. You bait, and the second one, you also mentioned that you're trying to distract. Well, which is fine, but what is gonna be longer distraction? Us staying
Just
here, or
baiting them, yeah.
it's just because we're here, you cannot destroy long enough. That's what I think. What if we take? What do you think about this actually? If you take this position there, even this flank potentially, and just purely be annoying and exist there, and maybe you also got the HP pack, which is here. If something goes wrong, I mean, oh wait, where's? I think there's actually. Oh yeah, it's right there. So there's a small HP pack, for example, which you can take at any point of time. Yeah, when there's a pressure which is gonna happen to you, you can go back to it and live here longer and distract them longer. That's what you need. You need.
Right.
I think you need longer distractions. It's good that you're distracting. This is great, but I think you need to live on the flank a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit too aggressive.
Because it's fine to be aggressive, but yeah, I would just say maintain your flanks. Okay, maintain your flank longer. You see, you're gonna get forced out quickly. There's a rock. There are a few shots. Even died there. So
Yeah.
now, unironically, they have more chances to retake, but they probably will not.
Right.
But still. Oh no! Just imagine this guy is just 1 meter away from the point. Just imagine if they do retake. Actually,
Yeah, that would have been pretty terrible.
Right? Okay. Well, but this proves the point though. We can't even be baiting. Yeah, imagine if I'm hiding around there and then shooting the Zen. I actually would like it more. So you stagger them even more and win the second point right away too. Yeah. So this idea of the baiting, why it was good, right? Because I don't want you to constantly shoot, actually. I want you to shoot once you set up. So here, take the position. And the question is, how do you get there? And what's your thoughts here, actually? How do you set up at this point? Your team is resetting. Any...
Probably gonna go a little bit past to the right where the mini is, and I guess poke from there.
Yeah. I
And
probably...
look for a pulse as well.
Yeah, this is what I think probably. Yeah, you probably will get poked. You will get poked while transitioning, but because you have the mini, you're gonna be safe. And then you can either lean from here or this way, possibly, because you want to get on the back line. But now you're kind of forcing those shots too early. It's not necessary. Yeah, this is better. So this flank here. Okay, they're using... Yeah, that was interesting blade, but them... And then they're also using window with flux. Interesting, okay. It should be okay with ult economy at least, and win eventually. Right. Okay, fine. Now you're living on the angle there. You don't have recall, that's okay. Trying to just survive there in the back, that's what we want.
Mhm.
And you constantly pull the attention back. This Cassidy chasing you? Sure, why not? I think at this point, though, while you're living on the flank, what's your opinion there? Actually, should you take the duel with the Cass? Is it a good time for you to do so, or should you do something
Uh,
else?
yeah, I don't think I should have taken that fight with him.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
think it was probably better to help my team there.
well, how do you help your team? What do you do? Because you're this
Well,
position
instead of
already, yeah, you've been kind of living there.
right,
Yeah. It's just in this current moment, I'm not sure. Because to me, the yeah, what's your thoughts first of all? What's your thoughts?
let's say I don't commit to going through that room, and I just blink back to my team, perhaps. Or
Yes, but it's gonna be against our idea of try to maintain flank longer, in my opinion. I still want you to push you
okay,
to this direction.
okay.
Can you do that while bringing value to your team? Let's put it this way. Yeah, what went wrong? When you're fighting the cast while maintaining the angle. Why you shouldn't fight the cast, maybe?
I blinked face up into him. That's
Yeah, so it's that. Yeah, the blink management, sure. You don't want to blink in the
yeah.
face. But even more fundamental problem to me is he's not isolated. You usually fight if somebody is isolated. So there's one isolated whenever. But
Uh,
here he can be healed by the BAP. And another time for you to fight is simply when your team is around. But now your team is dead. So
yeah.
what should you be doing here? How do you maintain the flank here? Any positions for you to look for and set up before the fight,
I
maybe?
should probably stay in that room I was already in.
Yeah, I
I
think that's
didn't.
it.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
it.
need to peek at all.
Another layer. When you stay in this room while your team is
Mm,
resetting, any value you can bring towards your team. So it's sort of, yes, you're the right position, yeah, but do you have time to do anything else as well? Like, remember, we're fighting isolated people. Over time, pressure with tank, right? This is when you fight.
uh,
And is there anybody who is going to be isolated, potentially? Y-
Probably Cash. He's just gonna
What do you
stick to
think
the
of
high ground,
this? What do
probably.
you think of this as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely think I could have snuck a kill into that Zen. I guess I wasn't aware he respawned.
Yeah,
So
this is more advanced in a way, but and you have to keep
yeah.
track on who's dead, who's alive, because I think there's this current moment. So we have 3 people, and there's oh yeah, actually 4 people, 4 people alive. So Dinyata is gonna be by himself, so it's fine. You can bring the value to your team in this poke phase in a way. Just go for the kill on isolated Zen, and then you will be back towards your position. Here you will be fighting with your team later. It's just now they kind of staggering themselves, but bringing them a
Hmm.
pick and maintaining your angle meanwhile is quite good. I would definitely start first of all, make sure you're maintaining your positions and only fight when
I
it's
see.
yeah
Okay.
only fighting when is somebody isolated or your team is in. Mostly your tank is in. We've seen it because they start absorbing pressure. We do something here. The angle is a little bit uncomfortable though, but it's just I like the idea. Yeah, you go from the angle here, but to me, I don't think this is most advantageous. Yet there are more advantageous angles, and if you try to maintain it, it's not gonna help you as much. Yeah,
Right.
let's
Right.
think about it. What allows you to maintain flank longer? What kind of things allows you to stay there longer? Usually,
The amount of health I have,
the
blinks,
resources. Yeah,
all my resources essentially.
yeah, all your resources. And there's another resource. It's map related. It's your HP packs on the maps.
Right.
I definitely think you need to try to set up your pressure around those HP packs. Make sure you take the positions with HP packs. So instead of being here, this is more of a, I don't know, more surgeon angle, in my opinion. You kind of stay here, maybe shoot from verticality. You definitely have a good sideline here. But as a tracer, you can do more of this, where you have the HP packs on the flank. So it's this position here,
Mm,
or maybe there are also opportunities for you to be set up inside, like we suggested here as well.
right.
Is there such feedback inside? I don't think so. Yeah, there's
There's
one.
a mega, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
there's a
this
mega.
one.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I just forgot about it. Yeah. So this one as well. So see, you kind of have those HP packs on the side angles on every map
Right.
pretty much. You usually, and this way you're gonna be existing as a tracer more. Set up there, fight, and you can always go back to HP packs. Yeah. This idea with HP packs, maybe again. Using the France video as an example. I mean, let me see.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We
I
can,
I definitely utilize them to a certain extent, but not. But it's more so for like the tracer mirror, I'd say.
yeah, you definitely should do that as much as possible, even for
Right.
non-tracer mirrors. Yeah, why not? I mean, actually, let's see. I think I just so it's easier with the timestamps. I'm just gonna go on my main channel, show you the example of this idea with maintaining flanks. Okay, so I just need to switch. Okay, switch an account, and there's one. Okay, view the channel, and yeah, here we go. One moment. Okay. By the way, I'm gonna link this video to you as well. I think a lot of ideas there. They are. Let me just do this. Sorry. Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
that would be
pull.
great.
Uh. Mm, yeah, I think I just need to pull this from here. One moment. Okay. Yeah, I think we should be good. Okay. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's take a look. So in this one, I got a few examples on setting up just how to maintain flank. Yeah, what is the idea about it? And here, example of the front is this. When he is trying to set up on his flank position, he's basically using HP packs, and there's gonna be a short range sideline where he gets to, well, it's gonna be easy for him to pressure from that sideline. So see here, instead of just trying to go towards his team as a safe route, yeah, usually we're trying to go towards some sort of HP pack, and while we're distracting these people, so let's say this is a Bob, this is just being distracted. Your team at B, they're just right there, they're gonna be attacking. And it's
Mhm.
really nice and annoys people even more. So the first suggestion, like the first thing for the front is maintaining the HP pack always, and the second is gonna be using his recall later if something goes wrong. But this is what you want. You want to you
Mhm.
want to be kind of more intentional with your blanks there. With your flanks there. Okay.
For sure.
Maybe any questions about this so far, or everything's clear?
No, I understand. I definitely think out of this so far that I'm getting, I think the most valuable thing I need to work on is maintaining the flanks. That's probably
Mm-hmm.
the number one thing I have
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, let's get us a little bit more examples, and we actually have a lot of time. We can even do a live game, try to apply some of it, or yeah, if you want to do that, of course. What's your thoughts?
I could do that, or we can also just look at another VOD.
Yeah,
Either
sure.
or.
Yeah, sure. Up to
I
you.
like to. I'd probably like to see another VOD with my
Sure.
team as well, because that one should be a little bit more coordinated in a way.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I think this. Yeah, let's get us a little bit more examples, and then we'll watch your second replay. So
Yeah,
here it just seems pretty straightforward. You probably need to be using this here, right? Instead of
yeah,
being on the
for
left.
sure.
Again, HP packs. Let's skip a little and see the third point. What do we do there? Yeah, what's your thoughts on this one? Where should it be? So again, maintaining the flanks, HP packs helps you. You need short sideline as well. What's your thoughts? Is it a good position to be at?
I felt like that was a good position to be at,
Mm-hmm.
just because none of them can really get to me, and I
Mm-hmm.
have a pretty nice kind of short range distance at shooting them all.
Right. And what is that HP pack you will be falling back to?
It's at the elevator, or we
Yeah,
can also go to the one on my team site, the mini down there.
yeah, there are some options here. You have what? You have this one. You also might have this one. This here is more preferable, I think, because again, more
Yeah,
flanky-ish. You turn them around a little bit more, in my opinion. This is what you want. You probably sit there, just shoot somebody. If something goes wrong, go deeper on the flank as well. You can live there as much as possible. Don't exactly fall back to your team unless there's a big necessity. Now you're in a rally, so it kind of makes sense. Okay. Tracer's by herself. Oh, sorry. There's a setup on the left. Is that HP pack we're gonna fall back to? Well, it's this one probably. There's no. There's nothing on the right side, so a little bit uncomfortable angle for you to be at. So I definitely think the left is good. The left side, it's quite nice. Right. Yeah, this seems to me the first thing to fix probably was maintaining flanks, is making sure we time the pressure from that flank as well. Okay. Maybe do you have any questions about this map in specific, or do you just wanna go watch the second ward right away, or?
I said we could just go watch the second one. But
Okay.
for Midtown overall, I was more so maintaining the second point. The second point is where me and my team struggles on the most.
Hmm.
Particularly on defense and
Defense?
attack. Yeah.
Yeah, we can review the defense a little. So attack, we got those positions for you. Let's see
Hmm.
defense. Let's see defense a bit more. Okay, so it's right. Okay, so they got through. How they got through so far? Almost. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's just probably got snowballed.
Yeah, we tend to get snowballed on this map, so.
Okay. So you do position on the flank, which is nice. And you start shooting there. Shoot the bab. Okay. It's not bad. This is alright. Miss the pulse happens. Okay. What's your fallback option here? Once you do this rotation, where should you go?
Probably go into that mega on the left there,
Yeah, you should be there.
rather than being
Yeah,
trying to get out from the open.
exactly. You should be there. Yeah, this is constant thought process. I'm doing something. If something goes wrong, I can always fall back to the HP pack. And of course, the situation of
Right.
the fight changed. Yeah, you started from here, and then it's down there. But you should be doing this more. You should be there 100% more. If there's no opportunity for you to go up, right? It's no opportunity for you to just do this rotation. At least do this, and you will be pretty good. And you eventually end up there. Just you need to be more strict about it. Just get there right away. Okay. What do you think about the timing there? When you start fighting those BAP and the SCAS, it seems.
I think probably could have just waited a little bit longer because my team's not back yet, so there's not much of a point doing anything there.
Right.
It's just making me force my own resources out.
Yeah, that's what I think. Once you got your flank, yeah, maybe there's no exact HP pack near us, at least,
Right,
but still,
that too.
but still, yeah, you trying to time the pressure. Yeah, I think there are gonna be two rivals.
Right.
It's the trying to make sure you have HP pack. It's just sometimes people do take this angle. That's why it might be maybe complicated for you to exactly kind of go back and from here. So this is okay-ish position without HP pack. Well happens, but at least trying to time the pressure. It's either someone isolated, usually, or when your tank is gonna be attacking, because now you dead, but your
Yeah.
Winston is just about to engage. Winston
Right.
is just about to go in. Yeah, like now would be such an easy opportunity for you to maybe get a Solari who is nated, or get this gas, and
For sure.
yeah, this would be helpful there. Okay. Any questions about this here, or we can watch the second
No,
replay?
yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. Let's take a look.
One.
Right. Yeah, if there are any questions about micros, we obviously can take a look at that too. I think for now, though, it's just gonna be your main focus, those 2 points which you mentioned. Later, we can maybe get more advanced about it. Okay. I see here, what's your thoughts? What are you looking to do with... So it's, you play with the team now. What are you focusing on? What's your job there?
So how our team planned it out was, just get high ground,
Okay.
and we did do. Me and a teammate did do a little bit of our reviewing ourselves as well, and we felt we should have all dropped down onto their back line as that because
True.
I'm also shooting in the back line because we were
True.
shooting their Sigma, focused on their Sigma, but I think we
Mm-hmm.
could have dropped because they're in an unfavorable position playing
Mm.
down there. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
thought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is probably would be good decision. Yeah, try to time the pressure, and you potentially can also help this planning in a way because you plan or roll more short range. Yeah, remember our things about the direction
Right.
of composition. Yeah, it's just about more brawlish direction in this case. You versus the enemy team. The enemy team they also have more of a brawlish direction, but you I think even stronger versus them at the brawl because you also run something like Tracer there, and I mean, sorry, it's a Ram, and they run Sigma, so it's just they have a little bit more poke potential. So definitely, eventually, you need to kind of get on top of something there. Maybe call out the more suitable target for this push. Yeah, usually
Yeah.
it's something
Over.
stationary.
Oh yeah. Well, not necessarily stationary in this situation, but I did call out because I got the Lucio low and
This too.
wanted to see if they could follow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can be too. It's just typically the easiest targets with rush is something with a less mobility, or if they use defensive, yeah, it's just something what's killable in this case. So it's okay, yeah, if you can do that. So it's kind of calling the cast low, for example, and maybe calling out something like sometimes BAP, maybe BAP no lamp, but it's fine. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, could it be doing anything better there? I think we did fine. You did set up on the angle. You also did the fine TP. It just seems like I think we're doing okay. You probably can still think about your fallback option later, though. If it's even though you lose, it's just about how do we maintain the flank still, if possible.
Right.
Okay. So destroy the drone. Cap the point. You can force it, sure. Okay. And then there's a sweep back right here. Sure, good. And now you can delete the Tracer because you won the resource
Right.
war. Well, at least she uses recall, and now you have an advantage versus her. And you don't even burn your recalls, so well you do it later. But you won the resource war. Yeah, at
Right. I
least.
had the advantage there.
Yeah, exactly. So they even send the Lucio to help out the Tracer, and this costs quite a lot, right? Okay. Yeah, I actually carried this fight there, so this is good. Okay, Tracer's forced out, no recall. Now we're free to go with their backline. Maybe even kill their Tracer if possible, but now if she's falling back that much, sure, you can just do the things there. Yeah, be careful though, you have to be mindful about her. Just being a little bit, okay, we'll force out the Tracer. What she's gonna do next is just right, yeah, so it's right there. I think you should have looked first, in my opinion. So it's
I
first.
should have.
Because it's just always what's more isolated is the priority. That's why what if the space is more killable? Maybe she's standing still there. Maybe I can kind of kill her faster. If not, at least you know. Oh, okay, she's over there. Being mindful helps you to set some expectations. So maybe you will not get your recall force. Who knows? Because she kind of gets you with the one clip there pretty fast, and then you recall, and you can have it longer. This is a good overall, though. Good fight. Yeah, good fight. Good positioning. At least for the topics which we mentioned, it was pretty good.
Hmm.
Okay. What are you gonna do next? Yeah, and
I set up
mhm.
here. Yeah.
Anything you think you did struggle as a team in this map too, in specific?
There's quite a few just because we went through a big transition with the team, so we're trialing that tank right now actually, and we had Viral swap to support and Havoc swap to DPS. So there's kind of a big dynamic change.
So it's a little bit of struggle to kind of synchronize the pressure together, or just plan
Right.
things, or.
Because I feel like in some scenarios, Havoc isn't up to par with how I would like. not trying to be rude or anything, but that's just how I felt. I felt like I needed to do
It's okay.
a lot more than I had to, but I felt like I was getting nothing out of it. So I was
Mm,
a little bit stressed on Tracer during these scrims.
mm, mm. What do you wanted to do there exactly? So what was that about?
So, with the VOD reviews that me and our teammate were doing, uh, we felt there were times where someone's out of position and we just lose someone in the beginning of the fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And so what you wanted to do about it?
I mean, it's just overall team needs to fix their positioning, I'd say.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah,
your okay, okay, okay. Did you did you
and
fo- uh-huh. Yeah, continue.
sorry, and then because since I'm on Tracer, it makes it even harder for me to sync up that pressure like you're describing together with.
Hmm.
Because
Okay.
I'm a little bit faster, whereas the team overall is kind of being a little bit slow. That's how I felt.
Right, right. Okay. Do you want to discuss this topic potentially? Like a little bit
Oh
more
yeah,
how
for sure. I mean, it was just me and the teammates so far
mm-hmm.
that we did
Mm-hmm.
a VOD review together. But we
Mm-hmm.
have because we have two teams in our org, and that other team is stronger. So we're gonna have like a eventual VOD review with them
Right,
as well.
right. Mm-hmm. I think this is good to say it this way, yeah, we what our team can fix overall, yeah, like putting focus on some of the positional issues, maybe there's something else. Sure, I think this is fine, but thinking about in the direction, how can I be helpful with solving this problem as well?
Mm,
Well, I'm just reviewing you, so this is what I think. Maybe
for sure.
think
Yeah.
about few ideas there. Yeah, what's your thoughts actually? So, uh, maybe related to planning specific, being able to synchronize the pressure. Let's call it being on the same page. This is what I'm gonna write down. How can you contribute to this? What can you help your team with? Maybe communication specific. Maybe yeah, anything. What's your thoughts?
I mean, possibly I could focus on matching their tracer more,
Mm,
make her lose value, and hopefully my team can have the same tempo as their team as a 4v4.
okay, fair. Performance wise, I agree. Yeah, probably winning the map control this way. Do you come a lot?
Yeah, oh yeah, I do come a lot. I try to also plan things out in the beginning of the fight as well, like give the team an idea of what I would do and sometimes what the
Yeah,
team can do. Like, for example, let's say on the Saravasa map, not that's the other VOD, but just to describe it,
right.
it was like we had like 99%, they had like 60%. So I'm like, we gotta play aggro, we gotta take up the space. We can't just be sitting here on point. And so we did that, and we managed to get a point.
Uh
So it's
huh.
kind of like
Uh
that.
huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. I would be more specific about this. So because I think okay, it's useful in a way to say to say things like that. I'm just thinking maybe be more direct with all your communication because
Right,
whenever we're saying okay you guys should be doing this and that first, there are a few problems with this usually. Sometimes well first mentally this is how humans work. Sometimes it's just people
right,
might
right,
get
right.
defensive. Let's say you tell them,
No, no,
right. Uh-huh.
I'm not trying to say it like in that type of way. I'm just saying we need to be in this. We need to be aggressive. Essentially, that's the overall thing
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah. This is no. This is good. This is good. I just want to think about communicating it to your team this way, and you
Uh,
can set up the communication, set up expectations before the scrim. Maybe communicating certain variables. What do you think are? mm, what do you think are gonna help you to control the space better? So it's not gonna be about you, your team in a way, but you can kind of communicate in a way and say what's in your
huh.
control. So what I mean by this is, let's say you really like to engage someone isolated. Yeah, maybe you can call this out. Okay, there's isolated target there, or there's also like some important information to what you think could be contributing to controlling space. So let's put it this way, yeah. Comms to contribute to controlling space. Okay, so it's mostly gonna be about you and what is helpful to your play in a way, to you maintaining angles, to
I
you
see. Okay.
maybe using HP packs correctly. So it's what I do, what you described there, what I'm gonna do. This is good, but also saying like some useful information. Who is flanking? Usually something like Tracer.
Right.
You
Right.
usually have more view on the flanks and just in general some information like some micro information who use the cooldowns in the backline. So it might be this who is flanking, who use cooldown, and this might be helpful in taking your team space. So it's just because someone used something, now your team members they're gonna know, oh, okay, I can be more aggressive instead of it being like too general. Oh, like guys, we gotta be aggressive. This is okay too. You can say, but
Right.
you have to say it like, oh, they use this and this, or like someone is flanking and they
Gotcha.
use this, so let's be aggressive. Okay, so it just makes more sense and it's more
Yeah,
direct.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, so it's gonna be more direct this way, and everybody is gonna know what they put attention to, because when we say too general, then this is just the human's mentality. They get defensive sometimes, or they don't know what to focus on. Like why I'm gonna be aggressive? I don't know some info. But if you be more direct and communicating this, I think this is quite nice. So I'm thinking about two things. Who is flanking? Who use cooldown? Anything else you could be communicating?
Uh, I, I, I guess it's where to stabilize after a fight ends. Sometimes we're a
Good.
little bit wonky and we kind of stay near the point, not
Mm.
spread out more to an ideal position
Mm-hmm.
to set up.
And you can, yeah, I think sometimes you can be the one. Sometimes you can get an overview and say, um, okay, stabilize again, a little bit more general, maybe saying this and this. Okay,
Yeah, that's for sure.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like find something why we stabilizing. So maybe okay, they use this and this, or we also maybe we don't have certain. I don't have certain space. Again, communication. It usually should be more about focus. So really important what you think you think contributes to you controlling space, and then you kind of channel it towards your team. So it never should be
Right.
first putting the focus on, oh guys, you do this, so I do something. It's more I want to do this and this. You tell the information, okay, and you be specific, and later, yeah, it's channeled to your team this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
for
like what
sure.
described. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, I just put it in the notes there. You can think of this definitely, but you use a trace. I don't think you should be primarily like communicating like a lot, because there are a lot of micros you should be doing within the hero. It's quite complicated.
Yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes. It's because we don't really have a designated like shot caller, so sometimes I'm kind of putting myself in there just to do it as well.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be more about like what we suggested. What you do sometimes. Well, definitely most of the time at least. Flanks. Who is flanking?
Hmm.
Taking angles. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna be a little bit more general. Who is taking angles? Yeah, because you can see that. Taking angles, flanks, and who use cooldown. Yeah, maybe some small micro things. Maybe Lucio used stamp, you can see that. Maybe Tracy used recall again, you can see that. There's small things like that. Sometimes not everyone can notice,
Right.
but you can notice it from the flank, and this is quite good. Okay, yeah, we can keep watching this, but yeah, do you have any questions about this communication so far, or?
Don't think so. Think I definitely need to work on being more clear
Hmm.
rather than generalizing something.
We can potentially also listen to your comms later. I'm just gonna, uh, so I will not forget. I'm just gonna put it in a summary, sort of look at comms, but I don't think it's gonna be our priority. Just something to suggest maybe for the next times.
Right.
Uh, it's probably first. It's gonna be your performance related. We probably will look into blinks later too, a little bit more. Yeah, for now, have pretty good angle. You have this HP pack. You can exist here longer. Match the Tracer. It should be just all about this more of a skill matchup there. Yeah, she's there though, so might be
I'm
careful.
a,
Yeah, what's your thoughts on this? So yeah, you did say
so
something there.
yeah, initially I was thinking of getting the health pack, but I felt like I shouldn't because we're about to fight, you know.
I'm just thinking, when you're doing all of this, all this pressure, right? And we're saying we
Right.
usually maintain in the flank. What is that HP pack you're gonna be using here eventually?
It's gonna be the one on that mega over there, but I feel like that would delay me too long, so I
Over
decided to
there,
go
but
back in.
potentially do. What about this one as well? Well,
Oh no, yeah, no,
potentially
that was
launch
the
it.
one I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I think. You kind of skip steps there. I think you need to did what you did there. Make sure you have lane control, but then set up your pressure from
Right.
that. You don't have to go back to unfavorable long range sideline because here you might get poked. But then why not to do this where we get rid of the tracer? Even though just one pick, still it's useful, but you get rid of the tracer
Right.
and set up the pressure from the flank. If something happens, if they chase you, you have fallback option here. If not, you can
Right.
extend, go forward. I think you need to also be more flexible, kind of go from one 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 HP pack to another. But now we kind of
I
let
see.
the tracer to be here. And then it's also hard for you to set up your own pressure on these guys too. Well, it's a little bit not in your favor. You have the Ram ultimate there though, but let's see. Yeah, definitely feels like you have less value with in the fight there. The previous fight
Right.
was really good. This one, I think win flank control first and then do things. Yeah, like here. Win the flank control with the Tracer. Okay, if your team would like to start on the high ground, sure. If they like to go bottom, well, sure, you can still set up the pressure from here. It's okay, yeah. Just accordingly to your plan. You got the Surgeon ultimate, so definitely using long range sidelines, I think. If it's your team, your team at least, they will like to do so. A forcing point, let's see. Okay. Right. Really uncomfortable there, I'm thinking. What's your thoughts? So, we're taking this. Is it... Well, if this plays the first point, then your team should be going from the other side, maybe fighting this, but you cannot, right? You're just going all of these guys going point, and you're not in the flank anymore. So, yeah, what's your thoughts? What should you do there? If your entire team going point, how do you maintain the flank? Where do you go? Where should it be then?
I definitely need to be on the left side in some way.
The left side,
Or
maybe over here, you mean, in a way? Or...
the opponent's side. That's what I felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely, you definitely at least don't want to be stuck with your team there, because this is what gets your resources
Right,
first
yeah.
as well, right? So choose an angle. It can be the one. Well, even this one later. Eventually, set up lean towards this. It would be probably initially, if you decide to do this, at least we're going left. Okay, we have this HP pack as fullback option, fight the Tracer. It's definitely too far most of the time, but it's just kind of something to keep in mind. Maybe we're gonna be fighting the Tracer and then gonna maintain the flank from here. Right, but now
Right.
you lose the resources. Well, first of all, Tracer attacks, lose your attacks from the angle. And then we also got Rock there, so there was a cleanse in you, and I think you might lose this. Now, there's a bigger chance. You still got the Surgeon ultimate, so might be winnable. Okay, found value there. Right. Huh. There's a
Got hindered.
got hindered, right? I do think that was a good kill. The kill opportunity. Why not? We can take it. Attacking now.
Maybe I could blink past the cast to the left where the wall is of the point, maybe. Other than just trying to hide behind the pillar.
So it's past here. Just going
Yeah, like
this way.
play this corner instead
Right.
of trying to dodge the LOS of the cast.
Can be. I'm just thinking how you how you play around Hinder. Well, it's this is also possible to do it this way. I'm thinking making sure first of all you keep in mind that you don't have your recall, so you have to be more
Right.
careful. You definitely need at least one more blink there. That is what it feels. Okay, no recall, but maybe wait a little bit longer, and you also
Yeah.
gotta wait for the big brush to happen. Well, there is a kitsune, so it sort of starts there fine, and they also have like they're gonna do an ultimate there. But once the main attention got absorbed, you got the next blink. I think you should be yeah, it should be better. It's just one blink is really uncomfortable as well, right?
I guess I just need to be a little bit more patient,
Just
especially
maybe
because I didn't have
slightly.
recall.
Yeah, I think probably, and because it did quite well there was getting Bab. I think it was usually worth it. Recall versus Bab. Well, why not? But then your team sets the main pressure. Okay, let them absorb a little bit more pressure going later because you're low on resources, and your team on the other hand they actually had gonna have more because of the Kitsunes. So yeah, I think
Right.
that's how we usually think about it. Yeah, strong angle attacks, weak angle can kind of the weak angle, let's say, just angle who did absorb a lot of pressure, maybe did quite a lot. Yeah, you used your recall. That's fine. The other angle can be more aggressive, and then later you can change this around. But yeah, usually it's okay. If, for example, you get in chase as a tracer, yeah, what it tells you, the other main core they can just do more things. Say if you use your resources, they can do more. It's fine. Yeah, you don't have to be always aggressive with low resources. Well, you can still find for this flank control again. Yeah, this HP pack here. Yeah, and this is better. And now you leverage this. You go around and you found the
Right.
Lucio. We did force out his sorry, this is not the one. His amp, which is quite
Uh-huh.
decent. So you did this, and then you keep fighting him. Almost killed him. Recall. He's one. Recall for the Lucio. Fine. Fight the Tracer. Should be yeah, it should be okay-ish. Maybe you land the pulls there and probably with this pressure here. What's your thoughts? So if you just right there, how do you maintain your flank longer? What should you be doing right away? Like your own resources, sure, but you remember where you should lean towards here. You remember this, yeah?
Right, the minion. I
So-
think I
so-
could probably stay in that room a little bit, keep poking at the Sig, and
exactly.
when Tracer comes back, I can start fighting
Yeah,
her again.
think about safety like if you are able to maintain your flanks longer first, in my opinion, because
Uh-huh.
you're pretty self-sufficient, you can still live. If you have decent cover, you have HP packs, your first priority is try to live there. If not possible,
Right.
then you can go back to your team, because you can, first of all, steal the Tracer's Mega, second, recharge your resources, and then it's gonna be much easier. Now you might lose a little bit of war if,
And
let's say,
yeah.
I thought they would take the Mega because the HP, I thought that it was lower, but it's still, yeah, see, they got the better this Mega, and if you fight them now, you're at disadvantage. Yeah, they just can't take it
Right.
eventually. And so that's why it's a lot about flank control. We still do win there. You did quite a lot the previous time too. You did have a good flank control at the start. Just maintain it longer though.
Right, for sure.
Okay, fine. Nice. Looking for quick touch. Still probably the fine choice to start with this. There's no problem. Again, HP packs. Here's one. The second one. Try to find isolated target. Sure, possible. If not, fight with your team. Yeah, you're gonna leverage this, right? Yeah, fine. Yeah, it should be winning this, right?
Yeah,
Score.
and then everything goes
Yeah,
wrong
you
after that.
you did win. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at the
Ready.
what's gonna go wrong here. Okay.
So here, my team decides to go into that bottom room where point is, and so I have to
Oh,
play left side. So that's the
okay.
approach that we decided to take.
Okay. So it's some of you guys started from the main though. This isn't okay. Let me see.
Yeah, the plan
So
was for them to drop down.
sure, doable, but then you need to approach it the same way you did before. Now,
Uh
with the
huh.
way you guys positioned, the main point why you guys did force out why it's pretty valuable to force out point in the next sorry, the previous map, because you're not wasting your defensive resources, and here you got such a big potential of wasting resources because of the how Sigma approached, not Sigma, your Matra, for example. They went so here, your Lucy's over here as well. Yes, they will drop, but you also might be forced to use the cooldowns early, defensive ones at least. So you want to be careful.
I
You
see.
Lucio did die, could die. Let's put it this way. He didn't, but you want to be careful. Let's see what you do there. So you maintain this position as a flank one. This can work. Right. So absorb the attention, live on the angle. Okay. I'm not a big fan of kind of bunkering up on point though, but it can work.
Uh,
Just really relies on your pressure there quite a lot. Okay. Any thoughts? Any thoughts to improve this entire pressure from you?
um, I'm not quite sure. I guess I just for me, I mean I didn't recall there. That was the number one thing.
Mm, mm,
But
mm.
I was just trying to annoy that BAP just because that's what I felt was the only thing I could do in the meantime.
While your team's setting up, yeah, let's put it this way.
Mhm.
We always want to set up at the best spots possible. And let me ask you this: your position here, is that the best kind of flankish option for you on this map? What's your opinion?
It's it's kind of tough to say just because I've already depleted both health packs, and I
Yeah,
mean
it's
I
just,
could
it's
definitely
just the start,
go
yeah.
on the right possibly, get an angle there, or maybe
Maybe.
blink past cast and get the pack there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be okay. So see, because there are a few things I think, like the way you can control the map. Well, it's just usually need more flexibility, like more opportunities for you to do something on the flank. I definitely think this is not bad. This is okay position. It did quite a lot from here. But if you have time, maybe while your team is setting up, doing all these fancy rotations, instead of staying
Uh,
this, maybe even going to here, maybe, and then blink
oh
to
yeah, that's
here. But it's just I'm not sure because they might notice, but it's just it requires you then to do all of this at least. Yeah, like you cannot
right.
blink through them in this way because you will get noticed and then it will get telegraphed. So if you want to be having shorter sideline from the flanky-ish better position, which is here, just go around. It is pretty common rotation with something like Reaper Tracer. Definitely can. You just jump here, then yeah, double blink, but then you have to sneak. And you have this HP pack to use. If something goes wrong, then you will have to either go here. It's just probably not ideal. Usually go deeper. So maybe
Uh
go
huh.
there because there are always more options. If you go more forward, at least you can maybe spawn camp somebody if something goes wrong. Maybe you can also divert the attention again. If you're diverting the attention towards the enemy spawn, if they go back to their spawn, this is your ideal approach with the flanks. Yeah, this is what you're thinking. Like if I force their attention towards their spawn, this is what you want, kind of most of the time
Uh
with the flanks. Right? Um.
yeah.
This is more ideal, obviously, but yeah, this still can work. I was just thinking, maybe do this entire setup and try this out. Yeah, like sneak around. Um, I even honestly maybe play character like Reaper here, but it's again if you want. But it's just Tracer seems like might be complicated in those tiny spaces sometimes. So why not? You can sneak. Okay, your team is like, let's touch point. Okay, and then you do something from there. So yeah, you just don't want your team to get cooldowns first before that, though.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, but there's just options. From what you did from here, I think it's okay. Yeah, we used 2 HP packs. You did force out attention. Maybe if this happens, just make sure you communicate it. Your team's standing still there, and you go in. So this is definitely like mistiming as well.
Right, for
But
sure.
yeah, you have to keep an eye on your tank then in this case. Oh, communication wise, yeah. Like, okay, peeking, 3 to 1, shield deployed, you attack as well. It's okay to distract, kind of sometimes even poke, but you cannot poke to this point where you get your resources force, like all the resources force, most of them important recall, or get killed. Yeah, you can get killed before your team applies pressure, especially
Right.
with the recall, right? Right. Okay, it's alright though. Eh. There's maybe no time for you to set up all the way left, so. Huh. Anything to improve about this? Okay, well, you got the Bob. I'm thinking. Do you, do you have to shoot now? Actually, what's your thoughts? Can you be more patient, kinda, in a way, potentially? Because
Say,
because because your fall off, like how your bullets are not even on the target at this range. That's what I think. Like we started here, right? It's almost fine. You just have to be a little bit closer, right?
right. Okay.
So it just seems like why not to go closer, maybe wait a little bit longer and then go closer and then shoot. Yeah, what's your thoughts on this?
I definitely agree. Like, let's say I catch Bap falling down from his jump, and then that would be a great time for me to go in, and it
Yeah.
would lead to a better like one clip or
Yeah,
something.
especially when he's distracted just like that. I think it makes your life so much easier. Don't give up, give out your position right away. They
Uh
distracted
huh.
with your team. I think okay, if you can definitely you confident you can set up for the better kill. I think you can do that. This guy didn't even look at you this entire clip too. But
Right.
this is just gets you more kill potential. It could be getting him with 1 clip, and then he would probably die 100% like faster. But now he lives longer. It's 3 clips instead of 1 or maybe 2, and
Yeah.
cast kills you. Alright, a little bit of micro there. Okay. Well, it's doable. You can act. Sometimes point can act like a flank for you. Your team is on the left. Just yeah, make sure you match the tracer there. Okay. Force Lucio towards you. Yeah, what was the plan here? Do you remember?
So I did hear that Tracer, so I felt like Tracer would probably go and contest me, and also for me to force point and see if they would contest it or not.
Yeah, do you remember what your team was planning to do? Any, yeah.
I I don't think so. Not too sure.
Hmm.
I guess they just wanted to push past them and see who they can get.
I just you have the pulls. You have the pulls here. Because it's always more valuable for you to win the map control, like we mentioned. Yeah, maintain the
I
flank, then
see.
use it.
Uh-huh.
Then isn't that more valuable for you to do something there? Like in this case, maybe
That
set
that
up the
would
pull.
be since we have pulse before they do.
This
Yeah.
this this is probably something to think about. Maybe if you don't have it, then sure. But in this case, it's one of the ultimates you have besides the beat, which you're gonna get later. So
Uh-huh.
setting up your plan around this, win the map control first, usually from the flank. Think about how to leverage
Right.
it. Well, in this case, you probably, again, you have maybe this option, and then you can kind of get the trace out and then set up the pools, and then later control the point. But if you have something like pools, I definitely don't think you should be prioritizing controlling the point most of the time. That's sometimes there
Right.
can be exceptions. Maybe on really unfavorable maps for you, like as a tracer, something like Dorado, where there are a lot of high grounds. Maybe it's just really hard for you to set up the pool skill sometimes and go around the map.
Right.
But on the maps like this, which just horizontal. Where it's a lot of horizontal approach, horizontal lanes, then definitely think, yeah, you should be thinking about setting up your post first. But it's fine, just small things, small micros I notice about this maintaining angles. But yeah, I think we can summarize most of what we mentioned, and yeah, if you get any questions, I can answer those too. Uh, Yeah, from what we discussed today, what are the main points you got? What do you think you need to work on?
Definitely need to be maintaining my flanks. I need to be more patient with my dives.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of team wise, I need to sync our pressures together.
Right. Okay, so in terms of setup, okay, so this is one. With setup, it's gonna be, I'm gonna put in notes, you need to set up on the flank, comfortably. Well, you do know that, but it's just set up on the flank, which forces an enemy to go towards their spawn. Let's put it this way, yeah? So
Hmm.
it's just in the brackets there. Enemy is forced to go towards their spawn usually more valuable because gives you more control on the map. Like on this map,
Right.
yeah, if I'm going around, potentially maybe even here, I force an enemy team to go back, then those valuable positions opens up here. Maybe somebody can also go through the right. Always more valuable if they can give up the space like that on each lane. You have the 3 lanes on each map usually. You can kind of go back towards this, towards this, towards this. I think more valuable. Mm, with maintaining the flank. So, what allows you to maintain the flank longer? What you should be keeping an eye on so far? What we just
The health
suggested.
packs,
Hmm.
and I mean, I'd say probably just the health packs the most.
Yeah, for now, yeah. Let's say this. I think that your pretty big thing. Keeping an eye on HP packs. At any point of time, pretty big helper. Not sure what to be, what flank to take. Just think about locations with HP packs a little bit more because you're more self-sufficient character. Should
Right.
be thinking about that. Okay, with timing,
Hmm.
you need to first time pressure with tank, sure, but it's just before though. Always the priority is once you set up, yeah, you need to get to better position first. I think, yeah, time the pressure with tank after, and
Right.
also you can fight isolated. Yeah, it's just time
Hmm.
pressure with tank, fight. Or fight isolated. Fight isolated whenever. You can also spawn camp. This is like a small node, but pretty useful at a high rank. Yeah, when your people, when your team is resetting, you just can look for more spawn camp options. Okay, can be good. And with planning, being on the same page, it's just mostly communication. What are you looking
Right.
for with this? Yeah, so what we just mentioned, how do you understood our conversation?
Um.
Yeah.
Well, don't generalize it.
Mm-hmm.
Specify why we want to be aggressive. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, they use this ability, that ability. We can
Mm-hmm.
take more space because of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's always, honestly, with any communication, I always try to channel it this way. So you communicate of what helps you, what you need first,
Hmm.
and so your team, they also understand a little bit better, and they kind of can think about the solutions a bit more. So we channel focus to what you need, what um, yeah, let's say this. I think this always makes it better communication. So you're saying what you do, you can say info, which helps with, in our case, contributing, controlling space, who's taking angles, who use cooldown, and then after this you can make a suggestion. Okay, they use this and this. Okay, let's be aggro, yeah, more specific. Or we're taking angles. Somebody's completely by themselves on the flank. Yeah, let's be more aggressive. Stuff like that. Of course, sometimes it's
Yeah.
fine. Like those sort of calls, guys. We gotta be aggressive. It can be more motivational sometimes. Like, what do you? Yeah, it's, you know, if it's this kind of talk, sure. But if it's just during the fight, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
everybody's spirit is okay. Then yeah, it's fine being more usually more specific calls.
Gotcha.
Okay. Do you have any questions, maybe?
I don't think I do. I think everything's pretty much answered, and I know what my homework is.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I think for the next time we can do a few topics. Let me see.